As I said, this is Paul's Monday Market Update number 201 for Monday, 27th of October, 2025. As always, you're always very welcome here, and questions are always welcome, but just remember that you are always responsible for your own trading decisions. This is Meta, okay? For a certain generation, this will always be Facebook. This is the weekly chart. Why am I interested in? Why is they're saying this? So of course, Meta, they've got their earnings this week. I think it's Wednesdays after they close. I think that's what I off the top of my head. I think that's what we're interested there. But what I'm kind of looking at here in terms of is what's the price action telling me at the moment? Is there anything that I can look at? And what I'm kind of curious about is that what we're seeing here is, to me, that is a weekly double top there, okay, at the sort of big round number of $800. All right, we've already sort of drifted beneath the 20 period moving average, and now we're pulling back up into it in front of those numbers. Yeah, and it is Wednesday after close. So my question is, well, okay, is that double top at 800 an indication, all right, that the price is going to roll over? Or is it likely that Meta will get caught up in the kind of the, let's say, the post US China sort of tariff tension giddiness that has basically fallen its way into driven its way into markets. If I'm honest, my view is probably the latter. That I think that the kind of the giddiness of this week will basically push most things higher, especially if the numbers are good. And so I'll be watching this. Okay, this is the weekly 20 period moving average there, that blue there. And I'm going to be watching to see. Does it, remember, does it, okay, we've already got a gap up on the open, that's the giddiness. Does it manage to stay above there, okay? Or does that 20 period moving average act as kind of dynamic resistance? And if Meta's numbers are poor, then does that basically drift its way back down to the 50 at around about $675? That would be my bearish. You're kind of looking after the sort of the double top there at 800. If I'm just looking at this price action wise, okay, then that's what my view would be. But you have to understand context. I say this all the time: CPT, context, pattern, trigger, and the context is that there's going to be a relief rally off the back of the kind of US and China getting themselves sorted, and that kind of giddiness will sort of, I think, will sort of lift markets higher anyway. So I'll be watching this to see how it plays out, see what the numbers are like. But if you're going to force me, even though the price action looks great for a rollover, I think the overall context pulls markets higher this week.